Greetings, greetings my human family in Africa. This is Farzam Kamalabadi. Farzam Kamalabadi, founder and chairman of Future Trends Group. But beyond that, I am the humble servant of Africa. And through Africa, the humble servant of the world of humanity. Yes, the next decade, together with you, we will not only witness, not only participate, we will lead the cause of the collective rise of Africa. That means every single nation of the African continent. I am now in Abuja, in Nigeria, the beloved Nigeria, a lead nation in Africa. But yet, I love Congo. I was there 2 months, back and forth. Even I drove, not just rode, the boat across on the Congo River between the two Congos. I will promise I'll go with you to many regions and villages in Africa. That's where 88–90% of the population is. That's where it is not a liability, it is an asset. You are the asset of the nation. Once the rise of Africa comes and it is matured, all the small towns and villages will be developed, will be the source of contribution. Remember, in America, the Fortune 500 companies, that means billions upon billions of dollars each, their headquarters are actually in villages, in small towns. Caterpillar headquarters is in small towns. Chevron headquarters, small towns. San Ramon, Erie, Chicago, every of the top Fortune 500 are not in Washington, D.C. or New York. Most of them are in the small towns and villages. Yes, and the same movement is happening in many other countries. And by the way, the rise of Africa includes not only Nigeria and the Congos, the West, the South, the North, the Franco-speaking, the Anglo-speaking, and the Portuguese-speaking, Angola, all. All will be the rise in dignity, in status, in class, in luxury, in wealth, and luxury not for only selfish benefit, but for contribution to the world. And yes, the rise of Africa is inclusive of wealth to the deprived communities. Only way that Africa will arise, will become not only subsistent, not only stable, but regenerative economy and contributive economy and a lead economy in the world. Why you think not possible? It's very much so. If a country out of only one product can create a $1 trillion sovereign wealth fund, future generation fund, obviously the Congos and Nigeria and Ghana and so many Burkina Fasos and many others can each have a $1 trillion economy soon, within no more than 8 years. This is my recorded promise to humanity, to Africa, to you. We will, by the grace of God, together accomplish this. Remember again my story, the story of my father. He was illiterate until the age of 20 and became a doctor, and the doctor of 100 villages. But what you didn't know, and I didn't tell, and I want to say now, is that he lost his father at the age of 5. He was the breadwinner for the family of 5. 2 siblings, mother and a stepfather, and himself at the age of 5. He was a thorn gatherer in the deserts, running after the thorn with blood and bleeding hands, with an old man on the mule that was like the investor, you can call it, the entrepreneur, and he was the laborer. See, imagine the Hollywood film in Arizona, the wind blowing and the thorns unrolling, and a man on a mule like an old 70-year-old moving, and he's the entrepreneur, and here is now the laborer, the slave you can call it, a child slave. My father was bleeding hands, gathering thorn to take it as charcoal to be burned for the water and for the heat of the town or the village. This humble beginning is the source of our 5 brothers and sisters. My younger brother is the #1 scientist in the space technology, in the small air, we call it spacecraft, that NASA adopted their model of small spacecraft from my brother Farzam. We are humble servants of humanity because of one soul believed in themselves and in the divine power and started the change. So my fellow brothers and sisters, I give presentations to the governments, to the presidents, to the ministers, but my message today is with you. Those who are suffering the most and are in limited conditions, but there is no limit except your own mind. Make the vastness of your destiny be the vastness of the universe. Believe in yourself. This is not a motivation lecture. No, this is a destiny message. I am a humble bearer of a message. Any one of you will be like my father, will be like you, with me, my African brothers here who came from humble beginnings. And so I am sharing to tell you, no blockage, no disaster is a cause of losing faith. Start your initiative, learn your directions, and move, and don't let anyone discourage you. And if the circumstances were blocked and you were discouraged, simply view my video again and again, because I am with you always, because of my simple, modest, kind heart. And I care for your destinies. And I know I will go among you and you will tell me what initiatives you have taken on and how you have progressed. Yeah, before I leave this continent and then this world, I will see millions of beautiful souls who are rising, and the collective rise of Africa will be delivered. Delivered is my promise. It is God's will. It is the time for the destiny of Africa, and the world will benefit. Nobody will block it. Everybody will encourage it and support it. Yes, even the White House. Oh, they want the best for America. They want the best for the world. Let them serve Africa. Let them serve the cause of the villages in Africa. Let the United Nations, let all the nations. In Africa, we create more neutral zones than anywhere on the planet. Yeah, we will have Switzerland in Africa, even Central African Republic. We will have Hong Kongs in Africa. We will have Dubais in Africa. We will have neutral zones where all nations, their interests will come and converge, not compete. Yes, any leader of the world will be a good leader when they promote peace. Any leader that starts war means they are failed leader. Why? Because there are so many other ways. Economic incentive, negotiations, discussions. Once all of those failed, we resort to war. That means we have failed. A war, a leader who starts war is a failed leader in the eyes of the masses, the people, the God, and even in the future among the governments. We will have many winning leaders. The entire armies will be the armies of peace. Yes. Why should we have the armies for weapons and for protection under false concept of protection? We will have them. They will protect, but majority of the work will be peacemakers. There is a different paradigm, a different reality of the world, and it is here. It is with us. We just have to know it, believe in it, tap to it, talk about it, produce it, and let everyone be judged by themselves with that standard. We don't need to go have courts of judgment against criminals, killers. They will learn to judge themselves if you all join this movement. Once everybody, the collective maturity of the world of humanity, the thought of crime will be despised, not only the action of crime. Unless if you say you're not good-hearted. I believe you are all. The worst, or by other people's standard, the worst. Maybe they have also reasons why they are indignant and they are, we can call it militia. But they will learn to be indignant, and to be militia is not the solution. There are many better channels of your life, especially the youth. If you feel you are the lost and you have been mistreated, don't have bitterness, don't have anger, either to yourself or your families or God or the society. Let's heal, starting with me. Help heal me and my wounds. And let us all be the balm to each other. That's why I always say best morning. Good morning is not good enough. That's why I always say think and put yourself in the shoes of the others. When you do that, that feeling of gratitude, that we are humble servants to the others. It's a beautiful world. It's a different world. The realities of the kingdom of God can be established here on earth. And practically, pragmatically, by even business and by financial modeling. Nobody said money is bad. Money is good. It's the best thing. It's the tool. It's the fuel. But the fuel has to create energy. And the energy has to be distributed. Use money for the good. That's why I say Africa, Nigeria must have 1,000 Dangotes. Nigeria and Africa will have to have 10,000 billionaires and more than that, 1 million millionaires. No, 10 million millionaires. In the digital economy, wealth creation and for that matter distribution is called abundance of wealth. Maybe you are listening to me when you don't even have the food of the day. I know that. I have been there many times. I promise you. By circumstances. But everything will pass away. Only dignity, honor, creativity, belief. Again, I don't know what to say. I just say I love you, Africa, my fellow family. This is Farzam, Kamalabadi. I record this on behalf and on the behest of my African youth team here who asked me to do so. I didn't know what to say. I didn't prepare. It is a message to every one soul on this continent that I love, that I have not met. I wish I will see you, if not in this world. We are all in it in the spiritual world. You know, no barriers in the other world. The other world to this world is like one-sided mirror and glass. This side is mirror, we only see ourselves. That side is glass, we see through. I was in Macau daily, went to visit the head of the media, and I waited in the hall and there were like 30 people, and I saw the door closed and there was a mirror. I see all ourselves. Then I was invited to come in and I see, oh, all of a sudden it's a glass. I see all the 20 and also we there. I realized the other world is like this. They see us all. All your lost ones and loved ones, they did not leave you. So many of they will know. My adopted orphan children, they know. It is not me who found them. It is their parent or father or mother who had good heart in the other world, called upon good souls to come to them. And for that matter, yourself. You know, my orphan children, each one of them have a goal. One is learning Chinese, one is learning Japanese, one is learning Arabic, one is planning to become this or that, and they are 8, 10, 12, 15. They will come and will show to the other part of the world what the power of determination and decision, good heart of one soul can do. I am with you. Please be with us, with God, Emmanuel, with God, Allah, that mysterious force of all sorts of all religions. Again, so that we don't fight. God is like the peak of the mountain, is one. The messengers are around that top. And us on the ground, we are in different parts of the mountain. We don't see that we belong to the same. Okay, we are all unified in the source of our creation and in the destiny of our creation. Let's make the process shine in the darkness. Shine in the darkness, you will. Thank you.